Is it possible that all of the delayed blockbusters will finally be released now that the Writers Union and Hollywood have decided to call it quits? According to a recent statement by the franchise's owner, production on the 6th film in the Final Destination series has begun. The details of it all? Well, you'll get that and all the details on Gal Gadot's collaboration with James Gunn and Peter Safran on Wonder Woman 3 too, because I come bearing updates. In today's video, let's learn what to expect from recent and prospective box office hits, and where Hollywood stands right now regarding its upcoming hits. Scream 7 is officially in the works, much to the happiness of fans after the enormous success of Scream 6 at the box office earlier this year. But this time, the captain of the ship is going to be none other than Christopher Landon. That's right! Returning producers Spyglass Media Group have cast Landon to take over in place of Radio Silence's Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillett. As of now, executive producers Bettinelli-Olpin and Gillett will stay on board, as they were instrumental in the franchise's revival and directed the last 2 profitable films. Interestingly though, this new director for Scream 7 is only the 3rd in the whole slasher franchise's history. We know that the series' uncommonness has helped it maintain its narrative coherence and win over audiences. So with Christopher Landon at the helm this time, fans should expect the franchise's winning record to continue, and for the next installment to live up to their high expectations and scare the crap out of them. So are you ready to scream once again? Gal Gadot is keeping her fingers crossed that Wonder Woman 3 will be made, despite the major changes happening at DC Studios. And honestly, fans are too. Recently, Gadot, while promoting her upcoming Netflix action picture, Heart of Stone, addressed the 3rd Wonder Woman film with DC's new heads, James Gunn and Peter Safran, according to an interview with comicbook.com. Yet in December of last year, allegations surfaced that Gadot and filmmaker Patty Jenkins' plans for Wonder Woman 3, which they had developed, had met a hurdle after Warner Bros. Officials declined to proceed with Jenkins' suggested storyline for the sequel. Now in the current DC picture slate, Wonder Woman is not listed, although the first chapter is called Gods and Monsters. Still, there is hope for a new Wonder Woman movie, so don't give up hope just yet. There are also no more details on this, but let's just give it time and see how everything turns out. After a strike that lasted nearly 100 days, that's right, and delayed the filming of countless TV episodes and movies, Hollywood studios have finally invited the Writers Guild to return to negotiations, and honestly, this could mean a lot of good things. Then again, there have been no plans for talks with SAG-AFTRA, the union representing the 160,000 striking actors, since the strike began last month. Similarly, there has been no communication between the parties since the strike began, on the evening of July 12th. SAG-AFTRA's head negotiator, Duncan Crabtree Ireland, said the union is ready to resume talks at any time. He even stressed that talks between the parties were important for ending the strike, and called for an immediate resume of negotiations so that the industry could resume normal operations. Currently, the management team has released a statement emphasizing their willingness to work out favorable offers with both unions, where the majority of film and television production cannot resume until a settlement is reached that is acceptable to both unions. What do you guys think? Will they finally be able to work out their differences? Now, because of the current dual union strikes that are causing disruptions to the operations in Hollywood, Sony Pictures is making some strategic alterations to the schedule for the distribution of its films, and honestly, there's not much to like. For one, the eagerly awaited picture, Kraven the Hunter, which stars Aaron Taylor Johnson, will now not be released by Marvel Studios on October 6th of this year, as originally scheduled, but rather on August 30th, 2024. And because Taylor Johnson has upcoming commitments for a press trip, this change is absolutely necessary. Beyond that, it is quite evident how there's been an overwhelming amount of affection for Spider-Verses, which caused Sony to promise more installments in this well-liked universe. So with no further ado, let me give you the good news that you will definitely be seeing a brand new storyline for a brand new installment of Spider-Man. Here's a knockout punch for you though. While most of the cast information is still under wraps, it appears probable that everyone from Shameik Moore and Haley Steinfeld to Brian Tyree Henry will be returning given the film's cliffhanger finale. Sony has also presented a number of exciting upcoming projects at CinemaCon 2023, including Bad Boys 4 and Gran Turismo, where Will Smith and Martin Lawrence appeared in a video that highlighted their excitement for the production of Bad Boys 4, which is now underway. Of course, after the success of Bad Boys for Life, there is a lot of excitement about the upcoming sequel, which will have both returning cast members and new additions, such as Eric Dane in the role of the anticipated antagonist. Meanwhile, the hugely successful Venom franchise is also getting ready for the release of its third sequel, Venom 3, which is scheduled for the 12th of July 2024 in theaters. So that is also something you should mark on your calendars. Not to mention, the series' track record at the box office ensures that it will be successful in the theaters, even though there is neither a trailer nor any video to promote it. Then again, if you are a fan of the first Ghostbusters movie, you should definitely anticipate the release of Ghostbusters Afterlife 2, a sequel that will feature both legacy characters and new cast members. Although it is not expected to be released until December, a photo taken behind the scenes provided a sneak peek at the series' recognizable Firehouse. On the other hand, there is a problem for you if you are a fan of The Karate Kid. You see, the ongoing writer's strike and actor's strike have caused production delays for a new film in the franchise, which supposedly will star Jackie Chan. The initial release date of June 7th, 2024 has been now pushed back as a result of these disruptions that have affected the entire business. But with hope, we move forward, right? Recently, Emily Blunt, star of the third and final installment, A Quiet Place Part 3, has recently released a fascinating teaser for the film, and looks like she's not quite done. A while ago, Paramount Pictures put down the hammer in February 2022 by confirming a third installment of A Quiet Place after its remarkable success at the box office. Fast forward to today, in a post-apocalyptic world filled with sound-sensitive monsters, the details of A Quiet Place 3, set to hit theaters in 2025, are being guarded more tightly than the mystery of stillness. Emily Blunt, ever lovely, has also dropped a few indications about the present rumblings in the A Quiet Place camp during a recent conversation with Josh Horowitz. Blunt set the mood by describing a night under the stars she spent with co-star Cillian Murphy and her husband John Krasinski, the creative force behind the first two films in the series. Blunt claims she had conversations with both Cillian Murphy and her husband, the film's director John Krasinski, and that they were enthusiastic about continuing the series. So brace yourselves, everyone! Blumhouse's live-action adaptation of the famous game is creating a lot of buzz as the October 27th release date draws near. But for those of you who have trouble concentrating on one thing for too long, this update might be a little problem. Expected to have a duration of roughly 3 hours, the film version of Five Nights at Freddy's is currently in its last stages of production before its much-anticipated release. As for the plot, it centers on a security guard who works the night shift at Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria and learns that the place is overrun with terrifying animatronics, where the length of the film is one of its defining characteristics, as it goes above the usual 90-minute limit for horror films. Then again, recent years have seen a number of successful horror films that buck the typical length of the genre, where both Ari Aster's Midsummer and Leigh Whannell's The Invisible Man remake are good examples. So given this trend, it's easy to see why people are so excited about the fresh cinematic adventure Five Nights at Freddy's promises to deliver, which transcends the typical horror film formula by going beyond the usual time limitations. And finally, the franchise's creator, Jeffrey Reddick, has delivered a positive update to the long-awaited horror sequel, Final Destination 6. Talking to a media outlet, Reddick told that the 6th installment in the series is ready to go once the current strike action concludes. This time, the story will follow a group of friends who manage to dodge death before being methodically hunted down by an invisible entity that is the Grim Reaper himself. Reddick has also praised Guy Busick and Laurie Evans-Taylor, the writers of Final Destination 6, for their dedication to the series' core ideas, while injecting new energy into the film. And while details about the release are still unknown, there has been speculation that first responders, including EMTs, firefighters, and police officers, may play a major role in Final Destination 6. Of course, nothing's confirmed as of yet. So you might have heard of actors who couldn't wait for the chance to play a savior or hero. Of course, this being Deadpool, we have to break the mold a little. Anyway, in an interview with Empire magazine, before the SAG-AFTRA strike, Korn expressed their excitement about playing a villain in a forthcoming film. The actress, who uses they/them pronouns, talked about how excited they were to try out a new role without revealing who they were playing. Korn was excited by the prospect to play a villain because it was unexplored ground for them. Additionally, director Sean Levy approached the actor after seeing their outstanding performance in a stage version of Virginia Woolf's Orlando. Korn said that Marvel's customary opacity prevented them from understanding the idea at first. Despite this, they were still captivated by the mystery surrounding Levy's position to seek him out. As per recent reports and the interviews the actress has given, Korn has thanked them for their participation and singled out the Deadpool installment for its critical awareness of and reflection on genre norms. At this point, we can't wait to see Korn do justice to their character. We now live in a time where Marvel rumors continue to multiply every day, yet we still can't seem to get enough of them. Anyway, this time the rumors revolve around the highly anticipated Fantastic Four casting, with Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 star Vanessa Kirby said to be 95% confirmed to play Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman, and Stranger Things breakout Joseph Quinn said to be around 80 to 90% confirmed to play Johnny Storm, the Human Torch. There have also been whispers that the planet-eating cosmic entity Galactus may play a major role in the story, which would bring back fan favorites and Galactus' herald, the Silver Surfer, pushing the upcoming installments to be nothing less than a blockbuster. Though there are no additional details about the movie, but we can do with this much right now if it means these rumors mature to be true. So has any of these major updates gotten you on your toes? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for all the latest movie updates.